stay cold, not because you feel nothing, but because you felt everything. They laughed when you had no talent, no blessing, no destiny chosen for you. While others were born gifted, you were born ignored. No cursed energy, no shortcuts, just scars, hunger, and rage. They thought you were weak. But they didn't know one thing: monsters aren't born from power. They're forged by being left behind. While they slept on privilege, you trained in silence. While they flexed talent, you sharpened discipline. And now, that calm on your face, that emptiness in your eyes, that's not fear. That's control. You don't talk about the pain, because no one listened when you did. You learned early complaining doesn't change fate. Crying doesn't rewrite reality. You were surrounded by people with power, while you were treated like nothing. Not even an enemy, just invisible. They called you useless, a failure, a mistake that shouldn't exist. And every word they threw at you, you swallowed it. Not because it didn't hurt, but because you were busy surviving. You trained when your body begged to stop. You moved when your mind screamed, enough. No applause, no mentor, no second chances, just you, against a world that already decided your limits. And that's when something changed. You stopped asking for acceptance. You stopped chasing respect. You realized if the world won't value me, I'll become so dangerous it has no choice. That's why you stay cold. Because emotion is luxury, and you were never allowed luxury. On-screen text. Last seconds. Silence is not weakness. It's preparation. One day, you finally understand something brutal. Talent was never the problem. The system was. You weren't weak, you were unwanted. And once you see that truth, there's no anger left, no tears, no excuses, no need to prove anything. You stop fighting for approval and start fighting for freedom. You realize power doesn't ask permission. Power is taken. So you cut every chain. Pride, hope, fear. You abandon the idea of being chosen and decide to become inevitable. From that moment on, you don't train to belong. You train to erase the gap between you and monsters. No cursed energy, no blessings. Just instinct sharpened into a weapon. You become calm in chaos, precise in violence, because when you have nothing to lose, you fight perfectly. That's the birth of cold focus. Not hatred, clarity. No cheers, no mentor, no prophecy. Just discipline so cruel it scares normal people. While others sleep, you sharpen your body. While they talk about potential, you build proof. Every scar becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes data. You don't train to look strong. You train so your presence ends conversations. Weapons become your language. A blade for precision, a gun for certainty. Your body, the final weapon. You study monsters like puzzles, patterns, timing, weak points. Because raw power is loud, but preparation is lethal. You don't rush battles. You control them. You enter calm. You exit silent. No wasted movement. No wasted emotion. Cold hands. Clear mind. People start noticing something terrifying. Not your strength. Your confidence. The kind that says, I already know how this ends. You're no longer chasing respect. You're collecting results. The room changes when you walk in. Not because you're loud, but because something feels wrong. People sense it before they understand it. A pressure, a warning. You don't explain yourself. You let results speak. Strong men hesitate. Confident men grow quiet. Arrogant men make mistakes, and mistakes around you are fatal. You don't seek chaos. You invite it, then end it on your terms. Enemies overestimate themselves. They underestimate you. That's the trap. You don't fight fair. You fight final. Environment, timing, distance. Everything is a weapon. No wasted words. No dramatic speeches. Just one. Clean move, and silence returns. Fear spreads faster than reputation. Whispers turn into rules. Don't provoke him. Don't underestimate him. Don't stand in his way. You've crossed the line. From ignored to unavoidable. The strongest step forward, confident they'll crush you. They believe in rank, in titles, in inherited power. You believe in outcomes. They come loud. You stand still. No trash talk. No warning. Just cold calculation. Because you've already fought this battle 1,000 times in your head. The clash is short, brutal, efficient. And when the dust settles, the legend is on the ground. Not defeated by strength, but by precision. That's when the truth hits them. Raw power panics. Cold control dominates. You don't chase glory. Glory chases you and fails to keep up. People start rewriting their beliefs. Talent isn't everything. Blessings can be hunted. Gods can bleed. You didn't break the system loudly. You proved it was fragile. And now, every throne feels unstable. Power always asks for a price. Not blood. Not pain. Connection. You don't remember the last time you trusted someone completely. Not because you hate people, but because weakness once wore a friendly face. You learned early. Attachment creates hesitation. Hesitation gets you killed. So you chose distance. Not loneliness. Control. You laugh less. You feel less. Not because you're empty, but because emotions are heavy. When survival is the mission. At night, when the world goes quiet, the silence gets loud. You remember what you lost, what you never had, what you gave up to stand here. And for a second, just one, you wonder, was it worth it? Then you look at your hands, steady, unshaking, and you know the answer, yes, because you didn't become cold to escape pain. You became cold to make sure pain never controls you again. This isn't emptiness. This is focus sharpened by suffering. This is the moment. Fear tries one last time. The enemy stands taller, louder, more confident. They expect hesitation. They don't get it. You step forward, slow, measured, certain. No rage in your eyes. No doubt. Just the calm of someone who already accepted the outcome. The clash is violent, not because of chaos, but because control refuses to bend. Every move is intentional, every breath calculated. They push harder. You don't retreat, because fear only works on those who still care about losing, and you lost everything already. That's the advantage. One opening, one mistake, one end. Silence. No celebration. No speech. Just another obstacle removed. The battlefield understands the truth. This man doesn't need fear. Fear needs him. In the end, there's no applause. No crowd chanting your name. Because legends like this aren't built for comfort. They're built for results. You don't stand on a throne. You stand above the system that once rejected you. Not to rule, but to prove something simple. You never needed permission to be dangerous. The world will remember you, not for kindness. Approval. I won without mercy. This is the fate of the cold ones. Misunderstood, feared, unforgettable. And if someone asks where this power came from, you won't answer. Because silence was always your signature.